Saturday, Happy New Year. Welcome to the Temple of Yoga. And then whatever else you're doing later. Enjoy. So with the arms outstretched in front of us with a little bit of not such a firm arm at this moment, begin to take your hands into a prayer position. Allow your belly to soften in between your thighs. And then bend the arms and place the prayer behind your head, the nape of the neck. And then breathe across the body and from top to bottom. And today's a nice day to set an intention for yourself, for today, for tomorrow, for the year. Just maybe one word of how you want to, or what your intention would be for yourself. You can keep your hands like this and begin to sit up on your heels or sit on a block or anything else. And then just begin to bring the arms a little bit more open. Interlace your fingers. Let your head rest in your hands. Open up the shoulders and the chest. Inhale. Exhale, lean to the right side. Inhale, return to the center. Exhale to the left side. Inhale back to the center. Lift your heart up. Exhale, release your hands. Release your legs, cross the legs, sit back. You're at the back of the mat most likely, and that's fine. If you're sitting on a block, move it or stay on it, fine. Cross the legs a little bit closer so the heels might be a little bit more into the knees. Feel free to prop yourself up if you'd like. Spread your fingertips out to the side. Good. Walk over to the right side. Take the left arm up and over. Spin your torso up. Press down through the hand, open up through the heart. Reach a little further with your right arm. Keep your left hip grounded. Inhale, as you rise up, take your left hand to your right ear and bring your left ear to your shoulder. Take your right hand off the floor. Stretch it out, turn the palm up. Inhale, come up, release your hands back behind your head. Interlace the fingers, the other finger over. Lift your chest up and open. Exhale, turn to the right side. Keep the left hip grounded. Inhale, return to center. Exhale to the left side. Keep the right hip grounded. Inhale, return to the center. Exhale, lean to the left side. Stretch your left arm out in front of, to the side. Reach as far as you can and stretch your right arm overhead. Keep pressing your right hip down and rotate your torso open. Inhale, come up. Bring your right ear to your right shoulder with your arm gently guiding. Inhale, lift up. Take the left arm. Meet your hands together. Interlace your fingers, stretch them up. And then once again, bring the arms behind your head. Open up your heart a little bit more. Exhale, release your hands back behind you. Interlace your fingers, knuckles down, heart lifts. Hinge forward and fold over your legs. Keep the hips grounded. Relax the shoulders. Inhale, lift your chest up, lean back, shake out your legs and switch the cross of the legs. Just a few moments. Again, try to get the heels closer to underneath the knees, so shortening the distance of your cross. Bring your arms behind you again and interlace the other finger on top. Knuckles down, heart lifts. Keep your knuckles on the floor or close to it. Look to your left side. Relax your shoulder. And then just lean over to the right side. Bring your arms over to your left waistline. Inhale, rise up. Walk the hands back behind you. Good. Hold them on the floor, turn to the right side, and then lean to the left side. Bring your arms behind your right waistline. Inhale, return to center. Release the arms, exhale, arms up. Inhale, walk forward with your hands. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, walk yourself back, lean back, and just shake out your legs. Kick it out. Bring your legs over to either side, come to your hands and knees, tabletop position, with your hands under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. Tuck the toes, dip the belly, arch the back. Exhale, round and curl your spine. Inhale, extend. I'm going to move my mat a little bit further to the right. So stay there. Keep doing your cat-cows. All right. There you go. And in the cat-cows, stay with that, or begin to make some circular motions. Just start to find a little bit of movement in the joints, and then reverse that. Go back and forth from child's pose to a hybrid up dog, back and forth. And let's go back to child's pose one more time. Arms are extended, a little bit more active now. Lift up onto the fingertips. Keep the fingers down, but support yourself under the shoulders, under the arms, without lifting your shoulder blades up to your ears. Inhale, palms down, walk your hands forward, come to your hands and knees. Bring your knees back underneath your hips. Step one leg, then the other back, in through a plank, and then push up into downward facing dog. When you get to your dog, widen your legs and bend your knees. Send the weight back towards the heels. Let your head go down, shake out yes and shake out no. Breathe across the shoulders, across the rib cage, across the hips. And then walk your hands back to your feet. You're in a wide position, you're at the back of the mat. Forward fold, good morning, hi. Come back to the center. We're just at the back of the mat in a wide forward fold. Hang your head, shake out yes, shake out no. And then add a little weight to it, grab opposite elbows. Don't even try to straighten your legs here. Not this first one anyway. Switch the cross of the arms, stay in the forward fold. Come on back to center, let go. Release the arms, let them dangle, tuck the chin in. Big toe, little toe, ball of the foot, heel. And then start to pull your belly to your spine and roll up one vertebrae at a time. When you get to standing, roll the shoulders back and around. Inhale, stretch the arms overhead. Interlace the fingers, turn the palms inside out, upside down, lean to the right side. Similar to what we've been doing. Inhale back to center, exhale up and over to the other side. Inhale back to center, lift your heart. Release your arms back behind you, interlace your fingers, palms together, knuckles down, heart lifts. Empty the breath, forward fold, hands up over your back. Inhale, release your hands, look forward. Walk your hands to the front of your mat. Downward dog, still in a wide position. Inhale, shift to a wide-legged plank and either drop your right knee or stay up and spin onto your right hand. So your feet are wide and staggered, maybe. Lift out of the right waistline. Good, hip on top of hip. Empty the breath, let go, hands down, hips up. Walk your feet a little bit closer underneath your hips, hips width apart. Again, the knees don't have to be straight. Inhale, walk your hands back to your feet. Come back into a forward fold. You can hang your arms down or grab your opposite elbows and sway or stay. Switch the arms if you have them. Tuck your chin into your chest, release your arms. Ragdoll to stand, bring the arms up overhead, inhale. Good, take your left wrist with your right hand, lift up and over to the right side. Lift out of your waistline. Inhale to center. Exhale to the other side. Take the other wrist and lift up and over. Inhale back to center. Exhale, forward fold. Hands in front of the feet. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, walk your hands out. Come to a plank. And then pull into your downward facing dog. Inhale, choose to drop a knee, right knee, or spin over. You're still in that staggered stance with your legs, hips width apart. Left arm can be up or over your head. It's the right side of the body I'm looking for. One more breath. Release to plank and send it to the other side. Lift out of your hips. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, bring your hands together on the floor, hips up in the air. Walk your feet to touching. Walk your hands back to your feet. Notice the difficulty as we get our feet closer together. Forward fold with opposite elbows or not. And then forward fold, let the arms release. Chest towards your thighs, chin to your chest, and roll up through your spine. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, bring the arms overhead. Interlace your fingers, release thumb and forefinger biceps by the ears. Up and over to the right side, exhale. A little bit more. So, with the changing of the shape of the feet, inhale to center, exhale to left. Maybe it's a little bit more challenging to keep your balance. Inhale back to center. Exhale, release the arms forward, fold. Inhale, look forward, lengthen your spine. Exhale, walk your hands forward. High plank for a breath. Exhale, downward facing dog. Shift onto your right side, knees up or down. Now the feet are stacked. Or if you want any of the other two positions of staggering, that's okay too. Left arm up and overhead. Inhale. Exhale, release your hands. Spin onto the other side, same thing. Stack your feet, stack your hips, stack your shoulders. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale. Exhale, hands down. Now separate your feet the width of your mat. The width of your hips. Shift forward. Bend the elbows. Halfway down or on your belly. Lift up, your heart pulls through. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up, open your hip, bend the knee. Keep your right shoulder pointing down. And then switch legs. Right leg down, left leg up, open the hip, bend the knee. Anything you'd like, keep the left shoulder down. Leg down, feet down. Inhale, shift to plank, just measure out the plank to dog. And exhale, downward facing. Inhale on your toes, bend your knees. Take yourself to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale. And fold, exhale. Tuck the chin into the chest. Press down firmly through your spine for your feet. And roll up slowly. Roll the shoulders back and around. Bring your feet a little closer or stay with your hips width apart. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead. Exhale, fold your way to the floor. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Blocks are always available. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step, step, either leg. Pause and plank. Inhale. Shift forward. Exhale, bend your arms or go to your knees. Inhale, roll through. Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Bend your right knee. Open Kick it out, right shoulder points down. Inhale, bring your knee to your chest, step your right leg through. Turn your left foot on its side, take a block. And if you have it on the outside of your right foot, just in case. And now hug your right hip underneath you. Bring both hands on the inside of your right foot. Right hand, right arm and knee are connecting together. Place your left hand on your hip. Tuck your tailbone under. Inhale, stretch your left arm up. Press firmly into your legs. Good. Inhale, look down at your right toes. Rise up. Straighten your right leg. Lean back, right arm up and over. Bump your left hip forward. Exhale, bend your right knee, arms shoulder height. Look towards your right middle finger, warrior two. Good. Bend your right knee a little bit more, most of you, so that if your legs are far enough apart, your right thigh can be parallel to the floor. Inhale, sink down, exhale. Find energy through your fingers. Spirit fingers, breathe, inhale. Exhale, sink a little lower. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Lift up and out of your waistline. Exhale, stand up straight, arms shoulder height. Turn your right toes to the left. Inhale, bring your arms back behind your back. Inhale, lift your chest. Soften your knees, forward fold. Send the weight to the balls of the feet, head down, arms up. So you want to have more weight towards the balls of your feet so your hips are over your ankles. Inhale, let your hands come down. Exhale, lift your chest, inhale. Walk around to the right side again. Two hands on the inside of your right foot, lower your left knee. Move your right foot a little bit more to the right side and turn the toes out. Palms down on the floor blocks. Or you can have your forearms down on the floor or blocks. You choose. Inhale. Exhale. How deep do you want this to be at this point of your practice? Or not at all? One more breath. Good. If you're down on your forearms, come on back to your hands. Turn your right foot forward. Walk it back in line with your hip. Hands on outside and inside of the foot. Tuck your left toes underneath you. Just step right into downward facing dog. Hips up in the air. Feet or hips width apart or closer if you like. And even wider if you like. Inhale, lift your left leg up and open. Bend the knee. Exhale, bring your left knee to your chest. And step your left foot in between your two hands. Take a block on the outside of the left foot if you have it. Turn your right foot on its side. Hands on the inside of your left leg. And again, your block is fine under there as well. Take your right arm to your right hip and tuck your tailbone underneath you so your butt's not sticking out to the left side. Right arm comes up. You can gaze up at it or stay looking down. Right here, you're trying for that 90-degree bend in your left knee. We're going to relieve it in a moment, so don't worry. Breathe in, breathe out. Look down at your left foot. Inhale, rise up, straighten your front leg, bump your right hip to your left hip, stretch into a reverse warrior. Inhale, come back up, bend your front knee. Arms in two directions, forward and back. Spin your shoulders over your hips. Bend your left knee. Focus on dropping the hips down, leveling your left leg parallel to the floor. Your back leg is firm. Inhale, reach through two sets of fingertips, right? So reach energy through your fingers. Sink a little bit lower. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, straighten your left leg. Turn your toes to the right. Bring your hands behind your back. If you interlaced before, do the other knuckle. Lift your chest up. Soften your knees and forward fold. Hang your head down. Hi. Who is that? Let me see who it is. Is it Cindy? Oh, so nice. Okay. Good. Head down. Inhale, release your hands to the floor. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, walk to the front, left side. Left knee bends, right knee comes to the floor. And then move your left leg to the outside. Hands are on the inside of the leg. You can stay up, turn your toes out. You can stay up on your hands or on your forearms. Where do you want to be? I can't answer. Breathe in, breathe out. Beautiful, guys. Now inhale. If you're on your forearms, come to your hands. Turn your left toes forward. Heel toe it in. Separate your hands. Tuck your right toes underneath you. Lift the knee. Keep the hips low. Use your core. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, rise on your tippy toes. Shift forward. Hold your plank for the breath. Pause. Exhale, lower your arms halfway or go to your knees. Pause. Inhale, lift up, pause. Shoulders down. Downward facing dog, hips up in the air. Bring your feet a little bit closer together. Once again, lift your right leg in the air, open up the right hip. Exhale, send your right foot through. Turn your left foot on its side. Right, you have a block on the outside nearby. Left arm opens up, open to the left. Tailbone underneath you, look down. Inhale, rise up, and straighten your front leg as you go into a reverse triangle here. Exhale, bend your knee, warrior two. Inhale, straighten your legs, turn your toes forward. Exhale, fold down in between your legs. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Turn your left toes to the left, just a little bit turn out. Bend your left knee. Walk your hands to the inside of the left leg. And now choose to keep your hands on the floor or release them from the floor or anywhere you'd like to be. If your hands are on the floor, that's fine. Just don't dump the weight into them. Keep them nice and light. Breathe in, breathe out. If your hands are up, bring them down. Shift over to the right side and then spin around to the front. Right leg turns out. Bend the left knee to the floor. Inhale, stretch your right arm up, bring it back behind you. Bring your heel towards your hand. Some of you will grab, some of you won't. Drop your hip down. And if you want to spin onto either or both legs, outer edges of your feet, go for it. Inhale and exhale. Good. If you're holding on, let go. Hands on the inside of your foot. This time, let's go ahead and straighten the front leg and fold on the inside. Toes up or down, pull the right hip back, left hip forward. Inhale. Exhale, walk your hands further out in front of you. Inhale, rebend your front knee. Separate your hands. Tuck your toes under. Shift back to plank. Choose to stay here or downward dog or take a slow and controlled vinyasa. We'll meet in down dog. Inhale, bring your feet together. Lift your left leg up. Open up your left hip. Exhale, send your left foot in between your hands. Turn your right foot on its side. Bring your block outside the left hand if you'd like. Left foot. Left hand on, or on the inside. Left hand inside, right arm up. Twist. Look down at your left leg. Inhale, as you rise up, begin to straighten your front leg. Lean back and pull your right hip towards your left. Exhale. Inhale, warrior two. Lengthen your body. Exhale. Good. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Turn your toes to the right. Interlace the other finger behind you. Knuckles down. Heart lifts. Forward fold. Hang your head. Inhale, look forward. Release your hands. Exhale, turn your right toes out. Lean to the right side. Walk your hands to the right side. And choose to stay with your hands grounded or perhaps off the floor, anywhere you'd like them to be. Just decide what's right for you today. Good. Inhale, come back and walk to the left side. Now spin the left toes forward. Turn your left foot out, hands on the inside, right knee comes down. Hinge forward, take your left arm, sweep it up and back, and then reach for your right foot. Some of you will grab, some of you might not. And so what? Breathe. Inhale. And exhale. One more breath. Good, empty the breath, release the foot. Hands on either side of the left leg, lift your right knee up, step back to plank. Stay with that pausing each position of that vinyasa. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, float your right leg in the air, open up your right hip. Exhale, bring the knee to the chest and step through. And again, bring the block on the outside, turn your left foot on the side. This time, keep your hand on the floor or the block outside your right leg. Inhale, open up your left arm. Hug your knee against your arm. Take your left arm back behind you, spin it over your head, and open up your torso. So you could just, whatever you gotta do. Breathe in, breathe out. So again, keep the right knee bent, and the weight is not dumping into your arms, right? So feel your legs grounding, and even just maybe hover your fingertips for a second so that you know that you're not staying in that shoulder. Look down at your right leg. Inhale, rise up, straighten your front leg. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten your legs. Move your left foot inward once or twice. And bump your hips left, reach your torso right. Right arm comes on the outside, inside, top of the foot, shin, or a block outside your shin. Left arm over your shoulder, tuck your tailbone underneath your triangle pose. Any variations with your arms, knees lifted, energized. Reach out of the waistline, breathe. Look down at your right toes. Inhale, rise up. Turn your right toes to the left. And this time just bend your left knee, bring your hands to your heart. Send your weight back behind your heels. Toes of the right foot can turn up now. Hi, E.T. We did start earlier. I thought you got that message. Come up and over to the right side. So sorry, but join us. Turn around to the front. Turn your right toes out. This time just keep your toes down, knee down, right arm comes up. It's okay, you're still here. Hug your hips in, breathe in. Exhale, release your right hand down, turn your right toes forward, and straighten your right leg and fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Lower your right toes if they're up, bend your right knee. Step back, either right to downward dog, or come through your vinyasa, but pause in your plank, pause in your chaturanga, pause in your up dog, and meet in your down dog. Inhale, lift your left leg in the air, open up your hip, bend the knee. Exhale, send your left leg through. Block on the outside of the left foot, turn your right foot on its side. Left hand's gonna stay on the outside of the left foot, right arm's gonna open up. So now you're hugging your knee and your arm towards each other. Turn your torso to the right. And then spin your right palm forward. I like to do a little guitar hero. But palm forward so that the arm is over your head. Now bend your left knee. Breathe in, breathe out. So the arm is over your head, towards your camera. Most of you. Breathe in. Using the strength of your legs here, inhale, rise up, straighten your front leg, lean back. Exhale, warrior two, bend your front knee. Inhale, straighten your front leg, reverse. Stand up tall, move your back foot in once or twice. Bump your hips to the right, reach out through your torso. Left arm down, inside, outside foot, shin block. Right arm up over your shoulder, triangle pose. Pull your left hip all the way upward. Lift your left hand so you know that your body is doing the work. not just your arm. Breathe in, breathe out. One more breath. Reach as high as you can, reach as low as you can. Look down, inhale, rise up. Exhale, this time we're just gonna bend the right knee, lift the left toes, sink back, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, rebend your left knee, spin around, right arm down, left arm up. Twist. Inhale. Exhale, hand down, legs straighten, lift the toes of the left leg, pull the left hip back, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rebend your front knee. Exhale, find plank. Breathe in, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. So I want you to pause in that chaturanga, get a little strength. Hips in the air, downward dog. Inhale, lift your right leg in the air, open up your hip, bend the knee. Exhale, send your right foot through. Take your block outside the right foot, turn the left foot on its side. Inhale, left arm comes up and overhead, side angle pose. Spin it up, look down. Inhale, press down, rise up, right leg straightens. Exhale. Inhale, bend your front knee, warrior two. Exhale, straighten your leg and arm comes up. Inhale for straight arms, lift straight leg, bump your back hip in. Reach out, reach as far as you can, and then take the right arm outside your right shin. Triangle, or wherever you choose to have your triangle pose. Look down to the waistline. Inhale, rise up, left arm down, right arm up. Exhale, bend your left knee, right toes come up. Inhale, return to the front, spin it around, left hand down, right arm up. Now plant your left palm on the floor. Decide to bend your left knee to the floor or step back into side plank where we started way back when. Feet could be stacked, stagger stance. Lifted, right arm over the head, inhale. Lift your hips up nice and high. Exhale, plant your hands to the floor, vinyasa or down dog. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts up, open up your hip. Exhale, step the left foot through. Left foot has a block on the outside, right foot turns. Inhale, open your right arm up and send the right arm over your head. Exhale. Inhale as you rise up, straighten your front leg. Hip goes forward. Exhale, bend your front knee, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, stand up, bring the back foot in a little bit closer, bump your hips right. Reach out, triangle pose, wherever you want your hands, wherever you want your feet. Reach up and out. Good. Inhale, come back up, reverse the warrior or the triangle. Exhale, bend your right knee, send your hips back behind you. Inhale, shift to the left leg, turn around to the front of the space. Right arm down, left arm up. Now plant your right palm firmly and choose to bend the right knee to the floor or step back into your side plank. Any variations are welcome. Decide where you want your feet to be stacked, staggered, or anywhere else. One more big breath. Lift, lift, lift. Empty the breath, hands to the floor, chaturanga or downward dog. Pause each way. Nice, Michelle. Good. Breathe in, breathe out. Walk your hands back to your feet, back of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Chin to chest. Ragdoll to stand. Roll your shoulders back when you get there. Inhale, stretch your arms overhead. Exhale, send the prayer to your heart. Find a comfortable position for your feet, closer, wider. Send the weight into the left leg only. Lift the right heel. Lift the right knee. Now, hug the left hip in. And then like we do in our down dog, open up your hip. As you open up the hip, hug your left hip in more. Good. And then use your hands if you'd like to. Place the foot inside the inner thigh, above or below the knee, or to the floor for tree. Hug your left hip all the way in. Stay on a fixed point. Bring the arms up overhead. Take a hold of your left wrist and just do a slight bend to the right or more. Hug your left hip in. Find stability. Inhale, return to center, hands to prayer. Exhale, bring your right knee forward, step down, release your arms. Find a comfortable stance that you feel balanced. Inhale, bring your hands to prayer. Hug your right hip in, just even before you lift that left heel off the floor, think about stabilizing this right leg. Lift your left heel. And then perhaps you lift the knee. Flex the foot. Hug your right hip in. Open up your left hip. Take your time. Stay there, or give it a hand. Bring it above or below the knee. Hands to prayer. Hug your right hip in, tailbone underneath you. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Take a hold of your right wrist and lift up and over to the left. Breathe in, breathe out. Nice, Maria. Hug the hip in a little bit more, everybody. Good. Release your hands. Back to prayer. Release your knee forward. Feet down. Separate your feet wider. Forward fold. And just kind of sway a little side to side. Come back to your center. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Walk it out. Hi, Renee. I guess they never got the message that we started at 8:30 today. You guys still have some time together. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk your hands back out to your plank position. Feet are wide again. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, send it onto your right side, wide leg. Good. Now, bring your back leg, your right knee in. Extend it out and bring it out to the floor in line with your hip and just open up. A little bit more of that dancer's bridge. Breathe in, breathe out. Hands down. Your right leg is to the left. Your right hip is coming down to the floor. Back leg is wherever. Shoulders are squared, hands to the floor. Relax, inhale. And exhale. One more breath. Just settle in here for a moment. Empty the breath, hands to the floor. Press down, lift both sides of the hip up. Bring the right leg back to the center, lift it up in the air, three-legged dog. Open your right hip to the right side, shoulders stay squared. And if you flip your dog, take your right foot to the left and lift up into the dancer's bridge or wheel. Pull your left hip up and in, breathe in. Exhale, hand down. Plank pose. Vinyasa or skip, but take your time through the vinyasa. Lift your heart up, shoulders down. Downward dog, hips up. Separate your feet wide. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, shift to a plank. Spin onto your left side or drop the knee. Right arm up in the air. Lift the hips up. Bring your left knee, your bottom leg, knee into the chest. Hold it up, lift through your hips, and then send the left leg out to the side. Fallen triangle or dancer's bridge. Many names. Breathe in, breathe out. Empty the breath, hands down. And drop your hip down. And just fold. So your back leg is incidental, but both shoulders are forward and the left leg is shooting out to the right side. Inhale. And exhale. One more breath. Good, now put your hands down. Press down through your leg. Lift your hips up. Take your left leg back up, three-legged dog. Open your left hip to the left, bend the knee. If you like to flip your dog, take your left leg over to the right. Lift your hips up, breathe. Exhale, lower the hands to the floor, plank pose, or go right to your dog, shift through your chaturangas, up and downward facing dog, hips up in the air. Now your feet are closer together, about hips width apart. Inhale and exhale. Good. Inhale, shift to plank again. Take your forearms to the floor, forearm plank. Elbows are under shoulders, hands are apart. Shift forward, inhale. Exhale. Roll to your right side. Stack your feet. Lift your arm perhaps. And some of you might even choose to take left foot into a tree. Help it out if you need to. Just don't have it on the knee joint. Lift up, lift up, lift up. Getting some good core work today. Now you can keep your foot in tree. Take your left arm down. Spin it around for the breath. Lower down. Let's take it down to the floor for a moment. Sphinx pose. Elbows under shoulders. Lift your heart. Lift up the belly button to the spine. Stay above the hip bones. So you're resting on that triangle of your pubic bone and your hip bones. There you go, E.T. Breathe in, breathe out. Good, let's go ahead and push back to child's pose. Bring your arms by your side, turn the palms facing up, and just fold. Drape your shoulders open. Inhale, walk your hands forward. Exhale, come to your hands and knees. Send your arms down one at a time. Tuck your toes. Bring the knees up and off the floor. Belly is lifted. Breathe in. Now we're going to turn onto our left side. Again, you can always drop the knee. Right hand can come anywhere you want. And the right leg can come up. Place it in tree if you'd like. Help it out if you'd like. Just don't put it on your knee joint. Good, guys. Breathe. Now, when you come out of this, you can keep your foot in plank, in tree, or you can just release it, arms down, and then everybody release it. Shift forward. Come down onto your hips. Widen your legs. Stay here, or extend your arms and lift a little bit more. Inhale. And exhale. Good, nice. Inhale. Exhale, come to your belly this time. Bring your forehead down. Bring your arms by your side. Legs can stay wide right now. Bend your right knee. Flex the foot. Take your right hand to your right foot. Send your left arm forward. Turn the thumb up to the sky. You can hold onto your foot, by the way, in either position. Now lift your right leg off the floor. Chest is up. Lift your left arm off the floor and choose if you want to lift your left leg as well off the floor. For 3, for 2, and 1. Relax. Turn your forehead down, toes in, arms down. Inhale, lift. Bend your left leg. Grab a hold of it with your left hand. If you open like I just did, open your leg to the side to get it. Bring it back to center. Stretch your right arm forward, thumb up to the sky, inhale. Exhale, press. Inhale, kick your foot into your hand. Lift your chest, lift your head, lift your arm, and maybe lift your leg. Lift up a little higher for 3, for 2, and for 1. Let it go. Bring your hands by your chest. Push back to your child's pose. Release the arms by your side. Take a hold of your heels with your hands. Tuck your chin into your chest. Put your forehead on the knees. Crown of the head to the floor. Exhale, lift your hips up off your heels and round your spine. Pull the belly up and in. No weight in your head. And then release your hands, sit on your heels. Slowly roll to sit up. Send your legs over to either side. And then move yourself towards the front third of your mat. Adjust your fleshy parts underneath your hips. Hands by your side. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Walk your hands out in front of you. Imagine that you have something about the width of your block, or use your block, right? Breathe in and breathe out. Okay, let's give you a little bit better picture. Sit up nice and tall. Energize your arms. Put your shoulders right over your hips. Good, Karen? Yeah. Yeah, if you have the block, use it. It's fine. Gives you a really good idea of how wide our shoulders and hips can be. Chin to chest, round your back. Roll down slowly. Take your time. When you get your shoulder blades to the floor, keep the upper back shoulders off. Inhale, stretch your arms up over your head. Exhale, lower your head. Bend your knees. Place your heels on the floor. Now, take your block, if you have a block. If you don't, you're not using it. Turn it on one of the 3 heights, low, medium, high. We've done some back bending. Our back is prepared for this. Line up your heel with your sitting bones, heels. Tilt your pelvis, lift your hips up, and slide the block to whatever height you'd like. Rest your back on the block. Release your arms out in front of you. Now, the tendency is going to be for the knees to splay open a little bit. So you could take the other block and put it between your knees if you'd like, if you really want, to know where we line up the knees with the hips. Now, if you have a high block, you may have to hold on to it as you extend your right leg in the air. And release the right foot. Left leg comes in and up. Now, keep your left leg up and bring your right leg back to meet it. Supported shoulder stand. Again, the block on any height. Have your legs over your hips. So probably for most of us, we're going to walk or move our legs away from our chest a little bit more. And then let your body weight support it into the block. Couple of breaths. Inhale, lower the right leg to the floor, stretch it out straight. And then lower the right leg to the floor, stretch it out straight. If you're on a high block, this could be pretty extreme for your back, right? So adjust it as needed. Try not to squeeze your glutes here. Try to just let your body weight surrender. The higher the block, yeah, you're going to open the hips a little bit more. But if it's not, supportive for your back, then you don't do it. You go to a lower block, or even just let your legs be on the floor. Or put 2 fists under your back. Bend your knees, place your feet on the floor. Lift your hips off the block. Slowly articulate your spine down. Hug your knees up into your chest. And give it a really nice, snuggly hug. Open your arms to a T. Shift your hips right, let your knees fall over to the left side. Take the left hand on top of the right leg, right arm back over your head. Open your arms to a T. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, move your hips to the left. Let your knees fall over to the right. Right arm rests on top of the left thigh, left arm over your head. Open your arms to a T. Draw your knees back to the center. Hug your knees to your chest. Lift your head and shoulders up, round and curl. Lower your head. Extend your legs. Take your feet to the front corners of the mat. Take your arms overhead to the back corners of the mat. So you're like a big giant X. Take your left ankle over your right. Take your right hand to your left wrist and come into a little semi stretch, little hammock stretch. Inhale, release the arms and legs back to the big X position. Exhale, right leg, ankle over ankle. Grab a hold of your right wrist with your left. Lift up and over to the left side. Open your arms and legs again. Release your arms down by your side. You can keep your legs this wide. You can be supported. You can be covered. And just start to melt your body into the earth. Cover yourself if it feels supportive. You know, just have anything nearby that you might need for your final poses or even through the entire practice, yeah? And then begin to really surrender yourself to the mat. Let go of all physicality. Let go of all thoughts. And allow your body to completely surrender for Shavasana. So I always offer you the opportunity to stay in your Shavasana as long as you'd like. Turn off the sound. And just stay on your mat and get some good vibrations from the universe. And we say, stay there or rise up. Namaste, Satnam, and happy birthday, Kala. Stay home safe and stay healthy.